The starting lineups here, they'll start Seth Coleman, Easton Whitcomb, Mitchell, Jezierski, Peyton Belka, and Nick Gleason. So a very small lineup, and Spring Lake Park will certainly look to try to take advantage of their size.
Absolutely. I talked to Coach Guzzi before the game. He was saying to me that he wanted to exploit the inside, get as many baskets as he could inside of the paint, and really dominate in that area. But for Rogers, Peyton Belka, 16.7 points per game. In fact, earlier this year against the Tino Gracie scored half of his team points, shoots 39% from behind the three-point line. He's going to need to come up big for Rogers to get the W tonight.
Yeah, Belka, good-looking shot. He's averaging almost 17 points a game, and they're actually, we'll see him at the line to start as a technical foul was issued, and the ball rims out as you see Grant Guzzi on the sidelines, masked up, as is everyone here inside the gym. Guzzi will get, or beg your pardon, Belka will get a second free throw, and he drains that one. So Rogers on the strength of an early technical foul. Weird to have a game that starts with no opening tip-off.
Yeah, interesting. Those are the easiest points he's going to get all year. So I'm sure he'll cherish that point right there. And Rogers with the early advantage.
Will Kinsey actually starting out tonight on Belka, trying to get that lockdown assignment. Kinsey big at 6'5", and an early reach called on Kinsey as he was trying to hand check Belka.
Yeah, Belka just with the rip through on that one and caught the hand inside of that, which caused the foul.
And you can tell by the assignment defensively that they know that Belka, they can shut him down. They have a pretty good shot at winning tonight. Rogers in the white jerseys, blue trim, blue lettering. Spring Lake Park in the blue with the red trim and the white lettering. Little dribble weave at the top. Man-to-man defense employed by the Panthers. Gleason swings the ball far side for Seth Coleman. Coleman, little hesitation dribble, and makes the layup. So he kind of just probed the defense and manages to get it. And now Rogers picking up with sort of a token 1-2-2 full court press.
Yeah, get Spring Lake Park off balance early and try to set the tone early.
Now they'll drop back into a man-to-man defense as Peyton Thompson hands for Freddie Anthony, top of the key. 6'1" juniors playing more and more of a role this season, especially with the injuries. Thompson thought about a long three. Between the legs dribble. Anthony. Now Thompson, who has scored at least 17 or more in every game but one this season. As Kinsey attacks, and he leaves that floater short. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay down with Spring Lake Park.
And in their last game against Hopkins, this is what something Spring Lake Park had a tough time doing. Getting into their offensive sets, there was just a lot of passing along the perimeter, which you can do in high school basketball, but it took them a while to get into their offense a lot of times.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Gabe, to see what the introduction of the shot clock does for play next season. Between the legs dribble for Jackson Weir, the 5'9" senior. Gives for Kinsey, driving baseline, and he stepped on the end line. So the first turnover of the game for Spring Lake Park. That ruined what would have been a nice layup.
Yeah, it was a good hesitation dribble on that one, just unfortunately stepped out of bounds.
Peyton Belka could use a little bit of his father's height. His dad's a big coach on the sidelines as that long three from Gleason is snatched by Weir. Weir hustles it across the timeline. Always love to see the coach-son combinations as Thompson muscles his way into the lane. Scoop shot. Leaves it short. It's grabbed by Easton Whitcomb. Whitcomb, the second lead scorer on this Rogers team. And that pass to nowhere. Turned over back to Spring Lake Park. But yeah, that's the question tonight, Gabe. Where will the Panthers find offense with Logan Kinsey out and Peyton Thompson obviously being the focal point of the defense?
Yeah, it's got to start with Peyton Thompson. He's not afraid to score on the inside and also shoot from the outside as well. It's got to start with him.
Kinsey flashes to the middle, and he's held underneath by Whitcomb.
Yeah, good job by Kinsey on that one. Just find an open spot and get the pass inside, and then the reach inside causes the foul.
Probably a good foul ultimately because he would have had a layup. First team foul on the Royals tonight. Anthony hits Thompson on the curl. patience on offense here for the Panthers early going. Swung to the corner for Anthony. Down low for Bo Johnson, and he traveled. Ref right there said he dragged his pivot foot as he was trying to establish position down low.
And Bo Johnson, when he gets opportunities down low, he's really trying to muscle his way to the basket. Not much of a footwork kind of guy, more of a muscle kind of player, and he just tries to get to the basket hard.
Belka leaves it for Whitcomb. His dad wants some ball movement on offense. From behind the three-point line, that shot left short by Whitcomb. So the shooting not real strong in the early going. Spin move by Thompson, runs right into a defender. Johnson takes a three. And we're gonna have a foul on the floor, as I believe that's gonna be the second on Will Kinsey, trying to box out or trying to get possession. Good job boxing out by Easton Whitcomb, but crucially, Will Kinsey now with 2 fouls. So we're gonna see Mikey Say check into the game. Panthers forced to go deep into their bench. Belka, good strong dribble drive by Seth Coleman, and he's got 4 early points for the Royals, and that allows them, the made basket allows them to set up the full court press.
Yeah, absolutely. If not, get a turnover, just slow Spring Lake Park down a little bit and make them be deliberate with their sets.
Anthony has got to go through Thompson as he drops it down on the block for Johnson. Weir from the wing. Three-pointer off. Good hustle rebound by Kinsey. Thompson wants a deep triple. It's good. Peyton Thompson drills the long 3.
And Peyton Thompson, just a lethal scorer, averages 20 points a game. Not afraid to shoot the 3, as we saw on that one.
They need him to get going, obviously. Hoping for him to carry the water offensively tonight. Whitcomb spinning around Johnson. Off the mark. Weir hustles it up court, across the timeline. Gets it back for Johnson. Kinsey dribbled it off a Royals foot, and rightly it'll be inbounded out of bounds as Panthers make a host of substitutions.
Yeah, and we're seeing defense on Bo Johnson. They're letting him have the perimeter, so if he wants that 3-point shot, I think it will be open all night. The question is, can he hit it?
Jonah Leifkert, Nate Litke into the game, and I don't know if they just said that was dribbled off, but for some reason they gave it right back to Rogers. So it's Royals basketball with a 5-3 lead. Get back cut by Belka, trying to make room for a layup, and he got it, but missed the shot. Thompson crosses his way into the lane. Three-pointer for Litke, hard off the glass. Loose ball, cannot be tracked down, and it'll stay on this end with Spring Lake Park.
And like we've been talking about, Spring Lake Park, they need someone to step up and put the ball in the basket. And so far, only basket so far, Peyton Thompson on that 3, but they have not found the offense so far tonight.
No, they need to be making their threes. They need somebody else to step up and make some shots. Thompson from the left wing, that's off the mark. Good rebound by Leifkert. Thompson actually collects it, attacks, can't get the call. Nick Gleason snatches down the rebound. Said he was vertical. Belka drains the triple. Peyton Belka nails the 3, and Grant Guzzi wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. 8-3, Panthers trail in the early going. This is North Metro TV. So we're actually going to keep it here. Gabe Anderson, Bill Hupp from Spring Lake Park High School. Early timeout as you see Rogers crowded around head coach Joe Belka. His son Peyton has 4. Seth Coleman has 4. And the Royals have an 8-3 lead. What are your impressions so far, Gabe?
And I think just what we've been saying, who's going to step up for Spring Lake Park? Who's going to carry some of the load here? And so far, no one's been able to do it. They just got to get their offense going, maybe get some easy look inside as well. And Peyton Belka, man, he just has, as you were saying in the pregame show, he just has that smooth stroke that you can tell he's just a great shooter.
17.3 points a game as Thompson jogs it across the timeline, running that horns look at the top. He doesn't use either screen, he's trapped. Anthony, hesitation dribble, gets into the lane. They're going to call Belka for the personal. Thought he moved his feet pretty well, but ultimately, and it seems like very much like the last game we broadcast, it seems like it's going to be a tight whistle tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're calling it tight tonight, and we'll see who is advantage whoever can keep their hands out and keep their hands out of the passing lanes.
And who can make free throws.
That's true, yeah.
Get to the bonus. Thompson. Seth Coleman drawing the defensive assignment. They'll trap you when they have the advantage, but otherwise it's mostly a man-to-man defense. Leifker, good bounce pass underneath, but Say can't finish the layup. Up ahead for Coleman. Swung around the perimeter, three-pointer for Devin Sanders just into the game. Neither team really lighting it up from the field in the early going. Ricky thought about it. Thompson wants it. You talked about the number of shots Thompson took against Hopkins and against Osseo for his 31. I think he's going to need to shoot just about that many tonight as well, as Leifker was bumped off his position in the post, and the miscommunication results in the fourth turnover of the half for Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, 4 turnovers, 3 points. That's not what you want to see if you're the Spring Lake Park Panthers. And you're right, Peyton Thompson may need to kind of step aside from running the plays a little bit and just kind of take the offense into his own hands a little bit here.
Sanders, good find on the block, and we'll have our first free throws as Blake Deluge fouled underneath.
And we're seeing so far Rogers have just been the more active team. They're finding cutters, they're attacking the lane as we see here. Just a nice backdoor pass to an open player, and he gets fouled and knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, if you show to the right spot with your hands up, ready for a pass, and you catch your opponent ball watching, that can be very effective. In and out. So 1 of 2. 2 of 4 in this first half from the free throw line. Thompson wants the high ball screen. Not a ton of off-ball movement in the early going. Thompson wants a deep 3, and he drains it. Peyton Thompson, 2 for 3 tonight from 3. He's got all 6 of the Panthers' points. Sanders on the attack. Belka, watched by Anthony. Good footwork from Anthony, and they call the moving screen. We saw that tons the other night, but Michael Watson, the 6'3" junior center, called for the infraction that time.
And I think he was moving on that one. He just didn't get set on the screen, and it cost him the possession there. As Bo Johnson comes back into the game for Spring Lake Park, the big man down low.
Now they've got Leifker and Johnson at the elbows. Thompson spots up from 3. In and out. Johnson can't get the rebound. 9-6. Panthers trail in the early going. Sanders. Swings it near side for Deluge. They call it travel. You know, you don't normally see a travel in open play like that.
Right.
But Deluge commits the infraction. Unofficially 2 turnovers now for Rogers. Both teams making frequent substitutions tonight.
Yeah, keeping everybody fresh. And I thought on that one they had Belka streaking to the basket, but just missed him on the cut there.
whistle and a stoppage. Something loose on the court. We always like to grade shoes, and I would say Anthony and Devin Sanders, pretty good contenders.
Yeah, I kind of like some of the team shoes going on. The green ones with the red. I kind of like. I saw that in JV as well. Them wearing it.
Leifker pops out from the top. Johnson's got to get out of that lane. Hand for Say rather. He tries, can't finish. And snap grabbed by Yuzurski. Pushed up ahead in transition, and Spring Lake Park doesn't get back quickly enough. Nick Gleason makes him pay with a layup.
Yeah, the momentum is all in Rogers' favor right now. Spring Lake Park has got to find something to go here.
Now see, with the way the refs are calling the game tonight, you would think the guards for Spring Lake Park would just attack.
Right.
Try to get some of the Royals in foul trouble. And vice versa, the same could be applied the other way. But Sanders picks up that foul, checking Peyton Thompson, who's just hard for anyone to guard at the high school level. Averaging better than 20 a game, coming off a career-high 31 a couple games ago. Panthers, as we said, lost 4 straight in 6 of their last 7. Johnson goes to work, and they're calling a double dribble. Looked like he was trying to gather on the initial catch, but they ruled that was a dribble.
Yeah, it's a tough call either way. You're either going to say it was a dribble or say he was just trying to gather the ball. But tough one for Bo Johnson, and he's having a tough night so far.
Yeah, he's committed a couple turnovers. Been a bit of a choppy start between the field goals and the turnovers. Rogers runs a quick little set to get open. The layup missed by Easton Whitcomb. Panthers catch a break there. Well-designed play, but they couldn't finish. Thompson crosses over. Step back, off the mark.
I think it's going to come down to just hitting some of these shots. I mean, he got a wide open look there, just couldn't get it to go.
Three-pointer, speaking of shots being hit, Nick Gleason, 11 points a game for him. Second leading scorer, drains the triple. And Rogers has an 8-point lead.
And Gleason, best on the team, shoots 41% from behind the three-point line. So he is the sharpshooter on the squad.
Knocked out a play. Panthers just struggling to get into any kind of rhythm offensively in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they're going to need to attack the basket a little bit and just try something different, because what's going on now isn't working. This does not look like the team that pushed Hopkins to the brink in their last game.
Nick Gleason holds Jackson Weir on the cut. So 5th team foul of the half on Rogers. And that's one of those fouls that as a coach you just hate to see because it's needless.
Absolutely.
Weir crosses over. Gives for Anthony. Small, quick guards. That's certainly what Spring Lake Park has. Good double quickly. Thompson wants it from the top of the key, and he drains it. Third three-pointer of the half for Peyton Thompson. He's got all 9 of the Panthers' points.
And he's single-handedly keeping Spring Lake Park in this game with 3 threes.
Here's a 3 from the top of the key, and that's off the mark. Grabbed down by Jonah Leifker. Anthony spins in the lane against Belke and makes it. Freddie Anthony, the first non-Peyton Thompson points of the night. 14-11, a 5-0 run now for Spring Lake Park. Dribble drive, good strength, but that shot's missed. Leifker grabs the rebound, and they're going to need guys like Leifker to give them some big minutes tonight. Thompson pulls up for 3. That's off the mark. Leifker grabs it underneath and lays it in.
Good job by Leifker. Just get position on that one and put it back in for 2. And as we see, like you said, Spring Lake Park on a 7-0 run right now, starting to get some momentum, starting to get into some of their sets and finding success here late.
And you would think, too, that maybe it might be to the advantage of Spring Lake Park to get up and down in transition.
Yes.
They're a pretty athletic team, and if they can get easy buckets in transition, it might help the fact that they're struggling to shoot in the half court.
Absolutely, yeah. They're struggling in the half court, like you said. If they can get down court, if they can beat Rogers down there, and maybe it opens up opportunities for them to, after that, to set up their defense. Maybe throw some full court presses in and get Rogers off keel as well. So we'll see what they decide to do here. But 7-0 run for Spring Lake Park right now.
Grant Guzzi, win number 400 last year for the legendary Spring Lake Park headman. Peyton Thompson with 9 points. We've still got 7 minutes to go, and Freddie Anthony picks up the hand check foul. As we said, they're calling a tight whistle. That's the 5th foul of the half on Spring Lake Park. Each team now with 5 fouls apiece, but they're calling the hand check fouls out there. So it's something you have to be mindful as a defender of.
And just more incentive to drive it to the basket, right, and try to get some going.
Exactly. Right there, we've got a shoving foul. Good sportsmanship as Belka knocked to the floor.
Yeah, it looked like Bo Johnson just kind of just got into Belka and just kind of shoved him right to the floor. It was a pretty obvious call for the ref.
Johnson picks up his first. One more, and they're into the 1-and-1. Three-pointer lined up. That's off the mark. Nick Gleason couldn't get the feet set. He's got an interesting motion he gets his shot into. Hesitation for Thompson, who goes to the rack and lays it in. Thompson's got 11, and Spring Lake Park has its first lead in the midst of a 9-0 run. Belka trying to do something. Back for Coleman. He's cut off baseline, and they're going to call foul on Weir.
No,
they're going to say he stepped on the end line.
I think so.
The way Weir reacted, I thought perhaps, but no, good defense by Weir to force the turn.
Yeah, and that's, yeah.
Wait, no, never mind. Is it a foul?
So we have a delay of game warning. I know that.
Because he shot? Okay, and now they're picking up in full court.
So yeah, but great job by Weir to cut off the baseline on that one and not let him penetrate to the basket. Great defense by Weir.
I guess there was, because he shot it after the whistle, there was a delay of game warning. Thompson attacks again. Oh, and he missed it as it caromed in and out of the basket. 9-0 run. Gleason attacks Johnson. He throws it up, gets it, and he'll shoot one. So that ends that 9-0 run for Spring Lake Park. Gives Rogers the lead, 16-15.
And I don't know if Gleason is a lefty or not, but he dribbled lefty the entire way down and just kind of chucked it up and got it to go.
Yeah, that was a tricky-looking shot. He is a lefty shooter. Not the most graceful, but it counts. As that spins in and out. Like Park yet to attempt a free throw as Thompson walled off by Coleman. Weir bumped and the block out front. So Spring Lake Park with 17 fouls, Rogers down with 6. So the next one will result in free throws for the Panthers.
And the defense, they had a trap. They could have trapped in the corner just a little late on that one and turned into a foul.
Johnson goes out, and you see Will Kinsey, who picked up 2 early fouls and has sat most of the half, coming back. Decent crowd on hand here at Spring Lake Park. Leave your hands for Weir. Weir gets to the lane. Lefty layup is good. Nice, powerful move by Jackson Weir.
And a great pick by Peyton Thompson to free up Weir to go right to the basket with the left hand.
It has been, we'll say this about the reffing, it's been consistent.
It has,
They're
yes.
Calling it both ways. Bounce to the corner. Gleason will attack and lay it up. He's pretty explosive off the bounce. And when I say Gleason, I mean Seth Coleman. He's got 6 in the first half. But Coleman, a pretty powerfully built guard. He guards Thompson. Thompson gets the blow by, gets to the rim, no call. Kinsey picks up the loose rebound and can't finish. Whitcomb across the timeline. Kick to the corner for Sanders. That's good. Beautiful looking shot from Devin Sanders. And now it's Rogers on a little run of their own, 5-0. to go back up in front, 21-17.
And I think for Spring Lake Park, Kinsey's got to get going here. He had 15 points against Hopkins last game. Not much going so far this game, so I think he needs to kind of step it up here.
Weir just lost the handle on that dribble. 6th turnover of the first half. Coleman gets it back, drives baseline. Gives it for Sanders. Now Coleman off the curl, takes the bump, can't finish. Yeah, you need Will Kinsey to be assertive, especially with his size and athleticism. Not getting it to fall early, but as he gets into the lane, and they'll call an offensive foul. Easton Whitcomb did move his feet, but they got Coleman for the chicken wing, and that's actually a pretty big call, as he'll sit the rest of the half with 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's a huge call. Get him out of the game and advantage Rogers on that.
Aiden Belka with just 4 points in this first half, but his team leads by 4. Belka pulls up in the lane and hits.
Good job using the hesitation dribble, the crossover to get in the lane, find his spot, and put it up for 2.
Rogers on a 6-2 run of their own. Or make that 7-2. They force another turnover off the missed shot. Up ahead, attacking, lay it in, count the bucket and the foul. Mikey Say can't believe it, but Easton Whitcomb gets his first points of the game, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1.
Yeah, they must have thought that Mikey was either not set or inside the restricted area. It looked like he was outside the restricted area, so must have said that he was not set. So tough foul for Mikey Say.
Rogers currently on a 10-2 run after they're matching Spring Lake Park's 11-2 run. Drained. The free throw drained right there, so it's 11-2, and the largest lead of the game for either team, 9. Long 3 for Thompson. Don't necessarily like to see him settling for those deep threes, but
right, attack the basket, try to get stuff going.
He can hit them, but Belka gets the switch and the hand check foul, and they're calling a very tight whistle tonight, as that is Jackson Weir's second foul.
Yeah, and the,
10th team foul, for Spring Lake Park, so it'll be the double bonus the rest of the way game.
And Coach wanted them to do a good job on Belka, and they really have so far. Only 2 points, well, maybe 3 or 4 here, but and you got to remember, one of his points was on that technical free throw. So, 7 points, excuse me. So they have done a good job on Belka so far, but just other players are stepping up as he missed the second one.
He hits 2 for 2 right there. And it's a 28-17 lead, so 11-point advantage. Currently in the midst of a 13-2 run. Freddie Anthony pulls up at the foul line and hits. Smooth from Freddie Anthony. To cut the lead back to single digits.
Sweet shot right there, went straight up, and it looked like Belka. I was going to say, it looked like he got away with a double dribble, but evidently did not get away. Good defense by Spring Lake Park, and they get the possession back.
Yeah, I was going to say, the way they've been calling things, I would be surprised if they didn't catch him for that.
Right, they're on it.
Yes. Thompson bounces to Leifker at the elbow. They like this, and they like the little dribble handoff. Thompson being watched closely, though, by Whitcomb. Say steps back from the wing, and he hits. Mikey Say off the bench, drains his first 3. 28-22 with just about 2 minutes to go in the half. 3-pointer from the right wing corner, and Thompson grabs the rebound. Now transition for Spring Lake Park. Thompson hits it, and the foul.
And that one pumped up the crowd right there. Thompson is fired up as well. His 13th point on the night. Just stayed under control, flipped it up, got fouled, and now is going to the free throw line as we see it here. Just a little inside-out step, got to his spot, put it up for 2.
He had Easton Whitcomb on skates, and Whitcomb commits his second personal foul, so he'll go to the bench. 7th team foul for Rogers, but like we expected, Peyton Thompson, they're needing his offense to stay in this game. As that free throw rims in and out. Spring Lake Park, not many free throw opportunities tonight. 28-24. And travel. Jezierski picked up his feet and traveled as he tried to come to a stop.
And you saw there the first time all night, Spring Lake Park with a little full court pressure. They like to do that off of their own free throws and caused a turnover right there.
So Thompson will go to work and give for Say right wing. Weir watched by Sanders. Anthony. Give back to Thompson, who gets into the lane, kicks to the corner, and it's tipped out of play by Gleason.
Good job by Gleason right there, not committing to the shooter, instead kind of stepping back and tipping that ball out of bounds and almost causing a turnover.
Thompson gives it back for Say, who wants a deep three. That time it's no good. Good box out by Peyton Belka.
And Say, one of those players that plays JV and varsity, saw him balling out early before this game, so he's getting in his minutes tonight.
And you wonder how much that helps kids if they can get a little confidence in the JV game. Dribble drive for Coleman. Euro stepping his way to the finish, to the rim, but couldn't finish. $1 million move and couldn't finish the basket. Thompson spinning to the right hand and scoring.
Just a beautiful pirouette there by Thompson, and he is on fire right now.
All of a sudden, an 8-0 run for Spring Lake Park brings them back within 2 with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gleason drags his feet, and for Rogers, they've now turned it over on 3 straight possessions. So both teams struggling with turnovers and a little bit of sloppiness tonight.
And credit to Spring Lake Park, just having a hand in the passing lane, making it difficult for Rogers to continue their possessions, and it's causing turnovers.
27 seconds left as Thompson holds right at the logo.
Would imagine they're going for one, but we'll see.
Oh, they're definitely holding for one shot. Thompson gets it back. Watched by Coleman. They'll spread the floor for him. Anthony with 12 seconds to go. Now 10. Gives it back for Thompson. Thompson pulls up. Tough angle shot. It's snagged with 2 seconds left. Up ahead. Tipped away by Anthony at the last second. So we go to the halftime break. Spring Lake Park trailing Rogers by 2 in what was a pretty entertaining first half here, Gabe.
It was a very entertaining first half. Spring Lake Park, they started off pretty slow, couldn't get it going. It couldn't really get any offense going, but then it was really Peyton Thompson who got it going for Spring Lake Park.
They needed his 15 points. We'll step aside, come back with second half action shortly here from Spring Lake Park. Panthers trail Rogers 28-26 at the break. This is high school basketball on North Metro TV.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
An apple core, or potato peels, that leftover pizza you promised you'd eat.
Ew!
Those dirty napkins and paper towels. Stop treating us like garbage. Did you know up to 30% of what you're throwing away could be composted? Composting gives your discards new life, which can be used to improve soil. To learn more about the new organics drop-off programs available throughout the county and get your free starter kit, go to anokacounty.us/organics.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
there's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
Can make us stronger.
Back here at Spring Lake Park High School, Bill Hupp alongside Gabe Anderson. And Spring Lake Park battled a game of a half of runs, really, in that first half, Gabe. Each team trading blows, and we find ourselves with Spring Lake Park trailing the Rogers Royals by a couple points here at the break.
Yeah, you know, it's been a tight game. Like we said, Spring Lake Park really couldn't get their offense going early. They really couldn't find anything out. And then Peyton Thompson kind of got going, and that's how they're in this game so far.
Peyton Thompson with 15 points in that first half, including three three-pointers, and we knew coming in that they were going to be reliant, but it's going to be the other kids that have to step up as well if Spring Lake Park hopes to defend its home court.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's tough when one of your leading scorers is out in Logan Kinsey, particularly such a good player as Logan Kinsey. I think we saw the growing pains early of them playing without one of their top scorers, and then they started to figure out, started to attack the basket, started to get fouled and get to the free throw line.
And some of their shots started to fall. Mikey
Yes,
Say
that too.
hit a three-pointer. Freddie Anthony with a couple jumpers as well. But Thompson has really drained it from the outside, as we see in these highlights from the first half. But it was really Rogers that got going early as they pushed it in transition, attacking and finishing nicely. Nick Gleason, who had 7 in that first half. And then Gleason from the right wing corner drained a 3 as well. Rogers, couple long big runs. They led by as many as 11 in that first half. Devin Sanders chipping in off the bench with a beautiful triple. But Spring Lake Park did some damage of their own from beyond the arc. Kinsey grabbing the rebound, getting it to Thompson, who drained a deep 3. Lots of Peyton Thompson in the first half. It took him a little bit of time to get going. He scored the first 9 points for Spring Lake Park. And as you see, he really had it going from outside. He was 6 of 10, remember, in the Osseo game. So they need him, and he's being watched closely, but he's not afraid to pop it and let it fly from a couple feet behind the arc.
No, he's not. I mean, his range is basically to the logo, in my opinion. So he's a great shooter. He's keeping his team in this game, and just a great performance so far by Thompson.
Well, he came in averaging 20 points a game, or better than 20 points a game. He has 15 in this first half. He's got more than half of the Spring Lake Park points, and they'll need more of it in the second half if they hope to come back against Rogers. 28-26 our score at halftime. Be back with second half action in a moment here on North Metro TV.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Watch
washy, wash, washy, wash, wash your hands. Scrub 'em while you sing this song. Wash, washy, wash, washy, wash, wash. Rub your hands and fingers in the places in between. Using soap and water makes your hands so clean. Wash your hands. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now dry.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, just like Elmo.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Noah. Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
Peyton Thompson warming up before the second half starts with his team trailing by 2. Thompson poured in 15 of the 26 points for the Panthers in the first half. I mean, that's what you'd expect from the leading scorer for your team, especially when Logan Kinsey, the second leading scorer, is out. So he's having to pick up the slack tonight. He drained 3 of 5 from beyond the arc in that first half. Panthers will lean on him. It's really an important game if you think about it, Gabe. The Panthers have lost 4 straight, 6 of their last 7. Now, granted, they played tough opponents in Totino, Grace, Minnetonka, Osseo, and Hopkins among that group, but they've got big games against Park Center coming up. And this is really an important game for them to get in conference play tonight.
It is. It really is an important game for them, just to build some momentum going into, like you said, the Park Center game. And I was really impressed by them when seeing them play Hopkins on Saturday. They really hung with Hopkins. In fact, down 17, got it to within 3, and then Hopkins' talent just took over. But, I mean, if you hang with a team like Hopkins, you can beat anybody.
Much more manageable deficit tonight at just 2. As you said, both teams had some runs. Spring Lake Park had an 11-2 run in that first half. And Rogers had a 13-2 run led by as many as 11. As the refs conferring, and they are going to say that it is Rogers' ball. So the Panthers starting off the second half with a turnover. Not the way they wanted things to go.
No, absolutely not. Freddie Anthony, they were trying to lead a bounce pass to Freddie Anthony, but just led him too far.
Coleman backs it out. Watched by Jackson Weir. And Kinsey picks the pocket of Gleason, and then Gleason falls on him. So good hands by Will Kinsey to force the turnover. We thought, based on especially the shooting early on, was pretty ragged. But both teams eventually kind of found their game, and ended up being a very entertaining first half.
It was. It was a great first half. It was really fun. Really fun watching Peyton Thompson attack the basket and also hitting threes as well. It was kind of the Peyton Thompson show in the first half, particularly late in this first half.
Coleman has drew him as a offensive assignment. Weir runs the baseline. Kick back to Thompson at the top. Dump it on the block for Bo Johnson. Johnson spins and lays it in. Rogers wanted to travel, but Bo Johnson with some nifty footwork for his first points of the night. And tied at 28.
Bo Johnson did a great job. Just stayed under control, didn't force the issue, just found the opening and put it in.
See if Spring Lake Park tries to go to their size a little bit more and take advantage of that mismatch. Dribble, drive, and just as we're talking about Johnson, he's blown by Easton Whitcomb for 2.
Bo Johnson's got to chop those feet going out to a perimeter offensive player. Just didn't do it that time and got blown by.
Meanwhile, they'll double the ball here with Weir. And Weir's going to try to split defenders, and we've got a timeout, 20-second timeout by Grant Guzzi. Anytime you have the sideline as that third defender, it makes it awfully tough.
Yeah, it is difficult, and not what Spring Lake Park wanted to do. Almost 2 turnovers in their first 2 possessions out of halftime. That was actually something that they did in the Hopkins game. They came out and ran a beautiful backdoor cut to a wide-open cutter right after halftime. But this time, a turnover and then an almost turnover. So now what you want for Spring Lake Park coming out of halftime.
It's not, Gabe, and that's the tough part about having a guy like Logan Kinsey out. As we see conference standings, Spring Lake Park right in the middle of the pack with Armstrong and Coon Rapids and Elk River, and you see Rogers right down on the bottom. So again, underscores the fact that this is such an important game, and Spring Lake Park at home against a team close to the bottom of the conference. It's really a must-win for the Panthers, but when a guy like Logan Kinsey's in there, he can get you a bucket and break up those runs. But when you don't have as many offensive weapons available, it makes it more difficult.
Absolutely, and that's just what they've had to overcome all night.
They double Kinsey. It's kicked for Weir from the left wing, and he drains the 3.
And that was a great pass out of the post from Bo Johnson just to find the open shooter.
Johnson kept that ball high, looked for the assist. And it's Spring Lake Park's lead once more, 31-30. Belka, who had 8 in the first half. Gleason wants a 3, and he answers. Nick Gleason, we've seen he can drain it from deep. He had 7 in the first half. He's the first Royal in double figures. Now they'll throw a little half-court trap. Weir catches it, drops it down low to a cutting Kinsey, but it's stolen.
And I think Weir just tried to do too much on that one. I think he had the open layup, but just tried to get it to Bo Johnson, but nothing doing.
Sometimes, yeah, it's tight to pass in those quarters. You got to be inch perfect with that pass. Belka pulls up from the baseline, smooth from Peyton Belka. You can see why he averages more than 17 a game. 35-31, they've got trying to get organized as Thompson breaks the press. In the middle of the lane, Thompson misses the layup, and the Royals collect. And again, Spring Lake Park just trying to find its rhythm offensively.
Yeah, you know, it looks a lot like Spring Lake Park was at the beginning of the first half, right? They couldn't get anything going, couldn't find the basket, couldn't hit any shots.
Belka and Anthony called for the foul. Not sure he thinks he can do much more than that, but Belka got a step, and he'll shoot 2.
I think he might have got him on the arm on that one. It looked like, at least that's what it looked like. I'm not sure if he did or not, but that's what it looked like. It looked like he got him on the arm, and we'll see right here. Yeah, I think he got him with that offhand.
And Belka had enough, so he'll step to the foul line for the 3rd time tonight. Point number 11 for Peyton Belka. 4 free throws tonight, 4 of 5 from the foul line.
And Belka, he goes into double figures. He's had double figures in all but one game this year. So, I mean, he's going to get his every single night.
A season high 25 points against Maple Grove. And a close loss for Rogers. He drains that one. He's got 12. And Rogers now with Belka and Gleason in double digits. And they're sticking with that full court press a little more than they did. Now they'll drop back and find their man, go to the man-to-man defense, and Jazierski steals it. So once again, turnover is a problem for the Panthers. Gleason switched on to by Kinsey. Anthony has had the Belka assignment. They're similar size, and certainly Anthony can keep with him athletically. Gleason off the curl. Whitcomb gets a step, blows by Leifker and lays it in. Easton Whitcomb has 7 now, and it's an 8-point lead for Rogers, and Rogers on a 9-0 run. It's been a game of runs for the Royals. There we go. Will Kinsey drains a 3 to end the 9-0 run and pull Spring Lake Park back within 5.
And he's got to get going. He really has got to get going. That's his first points of the night as Belka goes for the step back, unable to get it to go.
Gleason collects the long rebound. Whitcomb spins and lays it in. Pretty move by Easton Whitcomb, who's going deep into his arsenal of weaponry, and Anthony fouled by Whitcomb as they try to break the press. It's an 11-2, 11-3 run right now for the Royals, and if they end up hanging on and winning this game, it'll be their runs that they've strung together. 13-2 in the first half, 11-3. Right now they lead by 7 with just a little over 13 minutes to go. Thompson has not scored in this second half. He gets the basketball back, quickly doubled. Out for Say, good ball movement. Anthony wants a right wing 3 and leaves it short. Kinsey can't get to the rebound. Instead, it's Belka pushing. Three-pointer on the way, that's off the mark from Coleman. Will Kinsey. Coleman really locking on to Thompson as Anthony picks up the dribble at the elbow. Kinsey pulls up and scores. Thought he fortunate not to get called for a travel there, but Will Kinsey with 5 points in this second half.
Yeah, I thought he might have dragged the pivot foot on that one.
That's what I thought. And now he's playing really well defensively as he forces the turnover there. Second steal of the half for Kinsey. Got a couple steals and 5 points. Three-pointer for Thompson is long. Kinsey and Coleman battling for it, and Kinsey loses it. And the ref gives it back to Rogers. Wasn't sure, he was hesitating for a moment, but Will Kinsey has come out a man possessed here in the second half.
He has, yeah. He's playing like Jared Vanderbilt right now. But yeah, he sometimes when the shot isn't falling necessarily for you, you got to do it in other ways. You got to get after rebounds. You got to get after steals, and there's other ways to affect the game, not necessarily only scoring.
Well, Spring Lake Park has not really looked to score in transition tonight. Now they're trying to speed things up, trapping Belka near the half-court line. He ends up getting it across to Deluge. Coleman picks up the dribble. Belka drops it down low. Belka watched by Say. He'll back it out. Rogers trying to be patient offensively with a 5-point lead. Dropped on the block, and an offensive foul called on Michael Watson, his second. And I believe both of his fouls have been on the offensive end. 5 turnovers in this second half for Rogers.
Yeah, you can't hook when you're trying to get position, and that's what he did right there.
And that's just a young player trying to figure things out. A lot of young kids getting opportunities in this season of COVID. Anthony held the pivot foot, gives it back for Thompson. Thompson. Coleman doing a nice job of staying with Thompson, but not fouling, not reaching with his hands. Anthony gives it for Say, who blows by his defender and lays it in. Mikey Say, some good minutes off the bench. He's got 5. Spring Lake Park back within 3.
And a great explosive move by Say. Just didn't hesitate, went right to the basket.
Belka pulls up and fades away. Tough shot. Finds its way to Thompson. Thompson attacking Sanders. Slips it for Leifgert. Now wisely reset at the top of the key. Thompson now with Devin Sanders on him. They've been switching Sanders and Coleman. Kinsey blows by. Count the bucket and the foul. Will Kinsey having a torrid second half. He draws the contact, gets the roll, and he'll go to the line to attempt the three-point play.
Yeah, great job by Will Kinsey on that one. Just, yeah, as we'll see it here, just ripped through, went to the basket, drew the foul, and got it to go.
Very nice from Will Kinsey, who's got 7 in the second half. Shade above his season average of 6.5 coming in. And he has a chance to tie this game for Spring Lake Park, and he does.
And we see this full court press off of the free throw.
Will Kinsey steals the ball and lays it in. Spring Lake Park back in the lead, 43-41. Will Kinsey with 9 or 10 make it in the second half. And they force another turnover up ahead to Peyton Thompson, who lays it in. Rogers wants a timeout. Spring Lake Park racing ahead. It's an 11-0 run for the Panthers to take a 4-point lead.
And I think it's really been a lot of Will Kinsey, whether scoring or getting after rebounds or steals or pressuring in the backcourt. He has just been a spark plug for this team, which has led to this run right here. As we see Peyton Thompson's run to the basket, just puts it up through the contact and good.
Well, what it's been, Gabe, is it's been turnovers that have led to points. So you see Will Kinsey getting the layup there, and then Peyton Thompson with the layup as well. All of that is resulting from the pressure that forces the turnover and allows Spring Lake Park to get out in transition.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if Spring Lake Park, what they've been really doing is pressure off of free throws, but we'll see if they continue to do it here just because it's been working so far.
Kinsey has come out much more aggressive in the second half. He's playing with 3 fouls, but he is playing like a man-possessed 10. All 10 of his points scored in the second half, and he has been a real spark plug for Spring Lake Park. Thompson now up to 17. And it's who we thought would lead this Panthers team in the absence of Logan Kinsey.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just think about if they can get a win without one of their leading scorers, a comeback win, man, what's that's going to do for the confidence going into the Park Center game?
Well, they just have to weather some of these runs because it's been a game of runs for both teams. So it's kind of like punching and counter-punching as that pass is fired off the hands of Devin Sanders. 13 turnovers for the game now for Rogers, but more crucially, 8 in this second half game.
And you know that's sometimes what happens when you're causing turnovers in the front or backcourt. When you finally get to the front court, you kind of cause Rogers to kind of speed up their offense and maybe make some more mistakes.
So to the far side for Freddie Anthony. Thompson, and they're going to get Say, I believe, or they're going to get, nope.
I think Johnson.
Bo Johnson. Some of these big guys just can't catch a break with these screens.
Yeah, no, they can't, and we've seen it this game. We saw it last game. We did. Bo Johnson, like we said, has had a tough night. He had that one good move in the post, but other than that, and a couple good passes, but he's been having a tough night so far. And he had a tough game against Hopkins as well, fouled out in that game, had to guard Elvis Najee, one of the brother of Zeke Najee. So he's been having some tough assignments so far.
And no shame in that. That's a tough assignment.
Yep.
And again, the hand check being called, and that's really where Freddie Anthony's been hampered. It's his 3rd foul, and all of them have been hand checking in the backcourt trying to guard Peyton Belka.
And as the fouls keep racking up, I mean, could this game come down to free throws? I feel like it might.
Well, certainly free throws will play a factor, we expect. Long 3 for Belka, in and out. Johnson grabs the rebound and gets it to Thompson. Thompson quickly into the front court. Thompson gets a step, misses the layup. Whitcomb grabs it down. And then he wanted a foul, gets it back. Easton Whitcomb, who's had a nice second half, runs into Johnson, and he'll go shoot 2. It seemed like the ref was waiting to do the and one, but Whitcomb couldn't get it to fall. But he's had a nice second half, Easton Whitcomb. Meanwhile, that's the 4th personal foul on Bo Johnson.
Yeah, and that'll bring in leaf curve for Spring Lake Park. And yeah, Johnson, I think he was just a little off kilter there and not totally set and bumped into the offensive player. So that we might not see Johnson until the end here.
Easton Whitcomb, the 6'3" junior, 3rd Royal in double figures tonight, now with 10. Good looking free throw as both teams now with 4 team fouls. And the Panther lead cut to 2. Lake Park just hoping to run some good offense at this point. Kinsey flashes, attacks, and scores a foul! Will Kinsey attacking the basket. 12 points now in this half, and he'll go to the line looking to complete his 2nd 3-point play.
And you see right here, looks like Kinsey was going for the dunk, unable to finish it, but he did finish at the rim. And what a huge play for Kinsey, who's having a great second half.
It's amazing what confidence can do for a young player, and Will Kinsey converts the free throw, makes it 48-43 Panthers. They break the pressure. Rogers does. Belka, hesitation, guarded by Kinsey. Gleason. Whitcomb watched by Thompson. These are the defensive matchups that Spring Lake Park wants. Whitcomb attacks. A lot of drive and kick right now for Rogers. Say really getting in to the defense of Seth Coleman. Coleman spins away from Say, but he commits the foul. So Mikey Say, the 5th team foul for Spring Lake Park, and his 3rd personally.
It's a shame because Spring Lake Park was playing great defense on that possession. Just Rogers had nothing doing, just miss opportunity for Say.
Say and the ref talking. Say, a very passionate player. Team's leading receiver on the football team. Inbounded for Belka. Tough shot fading away on the baseline. Thompson pushes up floor. Cut off. Kicks to the corner for Kinsey. Good from 3. Will Kinsey out of his mind in this second half. 16, and the lead is 8 for Spring Lake Park. Zersky tries to answer from the corner and can't. Anthony grabs the rebound. Largest lead of the game for Spring Lake Park. Thompson in the lane, can't get the runner to go. It's tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers.
So, I mean, we've been saying that someone needs to help out Peyton Thompson. Who's going to step up? Well, in the second half, it's been Will Kinsey. He's just been playing phenomenal so far. 16 points here in the second half.
Kinsey with all 16, or all, beg your pardon, all 16 of his points in the second half. I'm not sure, I was very surprised. They initially gave the ball to Spring Lake Park, and then one ref overruled another, and so Rogers gets it. Spring Lake Park in the midst of a 17-2 run to take control of this game. We've got an 8-point lead rather, as Rogers gets it across the timeline. Coleman attacks, floater, gets it to go.
And you mentioned that 17-2 run. That was right after a Rogers 11-2 run. So it's just been ebb and flow so far,
like we said,
in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely, a game of runs. Which team will have the finishing sprint? Freddie Anthony for Kinsey. And Kinsey loses his footing. He gets it back, and hopefully he's okay. Grabs his shoulder. Jump ball the call, and it's turned over to Rogers.
And it looks like Kinsey, like you said, he might have landed on his shoulder. Looks like he's going to want to break Mikey Say into the game. So hopefully nothing too serious, considering how great Kinsey's been playing and how short on players Spring Lake Park has been, particularly tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Peyton Thompson just 2 in this second half, but Spring Lake Park has been able to withstand that because Will Kinsey's been so good. Belka drops it across the timeline. Nice backdoor cut by Coleman, lays it in, and the foul. Jackson Weir commits the personal. And the refs tonight, it seems like to give the continuation more than we often see in high school, but a beautiful back cut by Seth Coleman, who lays it in. Coleman now looking for his 9th point. Can't get the free throw to go, but Jezierski tracks it down, and he stepped out of bounds on the end line.
Yeah, that was.
Or no, they're gonna give Spring Lake. Wow, they're gonna give Rogers the timeout.
That's a gift.
It looked like from here anyway that he'd stepped on the end line, but they gave Rogers the timeout. He's not out of bounds there.
He's good there. So they must have called a timeout right there.
Right.
And there.
Well, that's why we're up here and the refs are down there, because that was the right call.
Yeah, and that was a clutch timeout by Joe Belka, just timing the timeout perfectly as this guy was running out or falling out of bounds. What a great timeout.
6:22 to go in the game. Spring Lake Park with a 2-point lead. They led by as many as 8. And now it's been Rogers' turn to go on a 6-0 run to cut the lead to 2.
Yeah, and like you said, it's been a game of runs. And how about credit to Peyton Thompson so far? Although he only has 2 points in the second half, I don't think he's been out the entire game. Like, I don't think he's sat the entire game. So his stamina is fantastic, and he's leaving it all out on the court tonight.
There's a couple Panthers getting treatment on the sidelines. So as if Spring Lake Park needed more injury troubles, they're dealing with a shorthanded team. Now we've got consultation at the scorer's table after another horn went off. As you see Will Kinsey trying to stretch it out.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to get stretching in the shoulder, like you said. I think it's a kind of maybe a shoulder tweak or something like that.
The way he fell awkwardly, and actually, we apologize, our score, but it's actually 51-47, the official score. So 4-point lead for Spring Lake Park as Rogers goes to work on the offensive end. Belka guarded by Anthony. Really driving and kicking. Coleman getting to the rim. Guarded by Say, and Mikey Say is on the verge of fouling out of this game. He picks up his 4th. Coleman, just a physical guard. He doesn't want to shoot from what we've seen. He just likes to attack off the dribble and use that physicality to get to the free throw line.
And we've seen a lot of players tonight using that spin move into the lane to great success tonight, as he did it on that one as well.
Spread the floor and then attack, as he's missed his last 3 free throws, has Coleman. That 4, and it's tipped out of bounds. Pressure by Whitcomb forced it off of Anthony, so it'll remain down on this end with Rogers.
And we'll see what Rogers can do with this gift. 2 missed free throws, but then goes out of bounds on Spring Lake Park. Let's see if they can make something happen.
Whitcomb. Gleason, who had a big first half, but has been quiet in the second half. They move pretty well without the ball, screening and cutting and giving open passing lanes. They like to go back door as well. But certainly they seem much more comfortable attacking. Now we've got a knee, and Jackson Weir battling in the post for position. Picks up foul number 3. And for the team, Gabe, foul number 8. So the 1-and-1 now is just a size mismatch down low with Nick Gleason.
That's going to be a big advantage for Rogers, particularly when they're calling this game so tight. Going to the line for the rest of the time. 2 fouls from now will be 2 shots. This one, 1-and-1.
Gleason with 10 points on the night, make that 11. You just know with how this game has gone, this is probably finishing within 5 points one way or another.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Unless when the team goes on a run, which we've seen. But Yes, I do think this is going to be a very close game. And Gleason, he's a great shooter. I mean, he made 5 threes earlier this year against Brainerd, shoots 41% from three-point line, and just missed that one.
Crucially for Spring Lake Park, Will Kinsey back into the basketball game. Thompson, watched by Coleman, who's again done a nice job of guarding without fouling. Kinsey gets into the lane, draws the foul, he'll shoot 2. Instant impact for Will Kinsey, and no effects or ill effects seemingly of that shoulder injury.
Right, you'd love to see it come right off the bench, attack the basket right away, as we'll see it right here. Gets bumped, puts it up, unable to get it to go, but just that little bump would send him to the free throw line. Foul on Whitcomb.
Kinsey 3 for 3 from the foul stripe tonight. Now tied with Thompson for the team lead with 17. He leaves that one short. Kinsey, crucially, has scored all 17 of his points in the second half. Now they're trapping in the backcourt. Rogers able to break it, and then it's intercepted by Nate Litke, showing those football instincts. Thompson directing traffic, gives for Kinsey, top of the key. Behind the back dribble into the lane, drops it off for Litke, lays it in. Beautiful basket cut by Nate Litke. It's 54-48.
And a great job by Kinsey just to stay under control, not try to force it, and find the cutter coming in. Great job by both parties.
Again, turnovers, points off turnovers. That's been the key for Spring Lake Park in the second half. Belka with a left-hand dribble. Turns, tough shot, right to Thompson. Thought he might have dragged his foot too, but Thompson spins in the lane. We talked about that. They're going to say travel. Thompson disagrees, but ref was right on it. But yeah, we've seen that spin move, to your point, Gabe, quite a lot in this game.
We haven't. I think something that Spring Lake Park has done really well, particularly on Belka this half, making him take tough shots. He's been really, in the first half, he was getting his shots, straight up and down shots. This time, he's been having to make tough shots as he puts it in there.
Speaking of tough shots, Nick Gleason now has 13 with that lefty layup. And it's a 4-point game. Anthony, watched by Belka. A lot of one-on-one attacks from the top.
But Spring Lake Park, they should be in no hurry right now with the lead. The ball is in their court, so to speak.
Nice move by Thompson, walks his way through and lays it in. He's got 19. Just 4 in this second half, but that's a big basket with 3:35 and counting to go in the game.
And that's what they did, just waited for the right opportunity, and Peyton Thompson found it and took it to the basket.
Gleason from the top of the key, and you said he could hit threes. He's done it there. He's got the last 7 for Rogers, and it's just a 3-point lead.
He can heat up quick.
Will Kinsey pulls up, can't get it to go there. Rebound cleared by Seth Coleman. This would have been a fun matchup to see in football. Rogers and Spring Lake Park having 2 terrific teams. Gleason can't hit that layup. Kinsey pushes ahead. Gives it for a cutting Thompson, who lays it in. Peyton Thompson attacking the rim. He's got 21. 5-point Panthers advantage. Belka attacking Anthony, and the foul is called. Anthony's kind of looking around like, what else am I supposed to do? Because Belka did initiate that contact, but the Rogers captain will go back to the line as he kind of steps in. And I actually think Mikey Say may have reached in.
Yeah.
And actually, it is going to be on Say. He is fouled out. So Say kind of raking down from that top position. Now Spring Lake Park will make a substitution. They're not sure if they're going to bring Johnson in or what. But Say fouls out with 5 points off the bench. And Bo Johnson returns. He's got 4 fouls. 9th team foul on the Panthers. Obviously that was a shooting foul, so Belka rolls the first one in. He's lived at the line tonight, 6 for 7.
And I think the recipe for Rogers the rest of the way is go to Belka. He's been their cash cow all year, and I think he's the one that needs to get it done for Rogers if they're going to get the victory.
It's been nip and tuck all the way as Jackson Weir comes in, replaces Litke. He's provided some good minutes off the bench. Now it's Rogers that's picking up full court. Thompson with as many as his jersey number. Anthony wants a left wing three. That's short.
That might have been ill-advised a little too early in the possession.
I was thinking as well, Coleman bailed out. Weir called for the hand check. I thought he tight whistle as they've done all night.
They have, as we'll see.
But you see here, Coleman almost lost the dribble. We thought may have been a travel, but he's at the line for two instead.
And it looked like Coleman might have pushed off a little bit with his offhand. I don't know. Yeah, so the ref might have missed that one. Might have been a missed call.
If there is a guy you want to send to the line, though, it is Seth Coleman, 0 for 6 there tonight. Timeout taken with 2:21 to go in the game. Spring Lake Park with a 3-point lead. As you see there, 3 timeouts remaining. Rogers is in the bonus as Will Kinsey has been the man of the hour in the second half with 17 points. And he started it with a nice three-pointer to get the Panthers going. And then points off turnovers. Kinsey has been an animal defensively as well with 3 steals in the half. And he's also doing it from deep in front of his own bench. So Will Kinsey has found it here in the second half, Gabe, and he has is the reason Spring Lake Park is in the lead.
Yeah, he's been great so far this half, and really, and I think it started with him. He hit that 3 early, yes, but I think it started with him getting more aggressive on the defensive end, getting after the ball a little bit, getting after rebounds, and I think that pumped him up a little bit, and he's been able to attack the basket and hit threes as well. He's done it all here in the second half.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been more aggressive, and he has stepped up in his twin brother's absence. His twin brother, Logan, MSU Moorhead-bound player, averaging nearly 20 a game, and Will Kinsey has stepped in admirably tonight in his absence. Just to remind you, Nick Ogile out, Stephen Kesty out, along with Logan Kinsey, so 3 starters out for Spring Lake Park. Seth Coleman gets that one to go. Thompson will bring it up. It's a 2-point game.
And interesting, Rogers not deciding to go with the full court press and instead going with the half court set.
Coleman on tight with Thompson. Kinsey, they'll double the ball there. Coleman bodying up Thompson. They've allowed him to play pretty close pressure defense, but credit to Coleman for guarding tightly without fouling. Kinsey watched by Whitcomb, and there, just as I say that, Coleman commits the infraction. So the 7th team foul of the half on Rogers will put Spring Lake Park into the 1-1. 1-1 bonus, just the first foul on Seth Coleman. Thompson with 21 on the night, 6 in this half. Drains the first.
And that's what you want in these situations. You want your star at the free throw line, the guy who's been doing it all year long, making the big free throw and going for another one.
5th time that Peyton Thompson has been above 22 points this season as he rims that one out. Scrapped by Coleman, 59-56, under 2 minutes to play. Spring Lake Park trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. 5 out for Rogers with a cutter as Belka guarded by Anthony. Whitcomb flashes to the post against Kinsey, can't get it to go, grabs his own rebound, scores the bucket, and he'll go to the line. A big play by Easton Whitcomb.
Yeah, just got the rebound there as he was falling backwards, just kind of threw it up and got it to go, as we'll see right here. Got the entry pass, one dribble into the defender, couldn't get it to go, gets the rebound, and as he's falling backward, just throws it up and gets the roll.
Whitcomb now with 13. He misses that, so it remains a 1-point Spring Lake Park lead. Huge possessions, these. Got to get it in the hands of Kinsey or Thompson, you would think. Now they'll spread the floor and try to work some clock, or at least take a good shot. Handed for Will Kinsey, nearly loses it, and they're going to take a timeout wisely. Grant Guzzi takes a timeout with Kinsey trapped right near the half-court line and the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, both coaches tonight, their timeout game has been pretty strong so far, calling timeouts at the right time. But important possession here, obviously, for Spring Lake Park. You got to get it in the right hands. I wonder if it gets down past, let's say, 20 seconds or something, and someone like Bo Johnson gets the ball, I wonder if Rogers fouls him just to try to get the right matchup at the line.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, Spring Lake Park, with roughly a minute to go in the game, Spring Lake Park could, in theory, hold for deep in the shot, deep in the clock, or hold for, the rest of the game, force Rogers to foul, but it might be advisable as you see Spring Lake Park's upcoming schedule, and we talked about the fact that we got a big game coming up here against #1 Park Center. Tough games at Edina. They'll host Centennial, and then they'll return the visit to these Rogers Royals on February 4th. So, but the immediate thought with Edina and Park Center on the horizon is you got to get wins when you can, and certainly the Panthers have to feel like this is a great opportunity despite being shorthanded tonight.
And also, I mean, just going forward, they got to get Logan Kinsey back, right? They just got to get their star back. I mean, only lost by 6 to Hopkins. We're in it with Osseo, so they can hang. When they're at full strength, they can hang with these top teams.
They're letting them play here. Could get another timeout, and finally
they call
a foul. I was surprised that Coleman wasn't whistled for a foul on the handoff initially, but now they do get a foul on the floor. So Will Kinsey, as you see here, very physical play, and they get Coleman for a reach-in. Coach Guzzi decided not to take a timeout. Instead, it'll be Will Kinsey at the free throw line. 17 points for him, and he's off the mark with that one. So Rogers, with 47 seconds left, clears, trailing by 1. In the hands of their star, Peyton Belka. Hands for Whitcomb. Gleason bounces for Whitcomb on the block. Belka down low for Whitcomb because Thompson had fallen down. No call. It's a layup, and it gives Rogers a 1-point lead. 25 seconds to go. Peyton Thompson walks it across the timeline. Uses a pick by Jonah Leifker. Hands for Jackson Weir with 15 to go. Weir attacks from the top. Weir gives it back for Thompson with 10 seconds left. Peyton Thompson drives, crashes in, charge is called. Thompson whistled for a charge. The basket will not count. And with 6.9 seconds left, a timeout is taken on the floor as you see the replay here. And it was probably the right call, to be honest. Mitchell Jezierski, the Rogers co-captain, set up shop anticipating Thompson's drive, and he took the charge. And now there's just 7 seconds left in the game with Rogers enjoying a 1-point lead. And now Spring Lake Park and Coach Grant Guzzi, what is he telling his Panthers in the huddle?
I mean, you got to foul, right? Whoever gets the ball first, you got to foul. Particularly in high school where you're not able to advance the ball to half court. I mean, you got to foul immediately, no matter who catches it. You got to foul and hope he misses a free throw and then gets some up.
Yeah, and it was well read. Let's be honest. It was well read by the Rogers defender. He got outside of the charge circle, and he was waiting for Thompson, took the charge, and here is the Rogers play. You see Thompson knocked down underneath, and that gave Whitcomb an easy layup underneath as Belka just fed it right back to him. So,
and I think what didn't get in the shot, you kind of see when he fell down, Thompson, he kind of like shrugged at the officials, so it took him a little extra time to get back up, and I think that cost him a basket.
Now they've got the little football play as they'll inbound it to Peyton Belka, and the right guy for them to get the ball in his hands. 7 of 8 from the foul line tonight. So Rogers will walk the other length of the floor. Still 6.1 seconds left, so Spring Lake Park, if they can get the rebound or off the make, they'll have a chance to get a look at a three-point play or a three-pointer.
The important thing, though, it is 2 shots for Belka in this one. So,
Yep.
And I got to be honest, I've never seen an inbound play like that. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Belka rolls that one in. He's got 15. Gleason leads the Royals with 16. Rogers with a 2-point lead as Belka makes the second. So now Spring Lake Park takes a timeout. We'll keep it here. Rogers with a 3-point lead, and the Panthers with 6.1 seconds left to work to set up a game-tying three-pointer is what they hope.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting who they go with, because you would think you'd go with the hot hand in Kinsey, but they might be doubling or getting extra men on him. So it's really just going to be who's open. I think it will be either Kinsey or Thompson who will take the shot, but we'll see who's open, and maybe an unlikely hero here.
Yeah, you would think they'd try to get Thompson a look. Kinsey can hit threes too, but Thompson is your deep three specialist. And unlike the NBA, the timeout doesn't advance the ball to the half-court line, unfortunately. So Spring Lake Park, as the Rogers Royals listen to Coach Joe Belka, his son tied with Nick Gleason for the team lead in 16 points apiece for them tonight. What would be a massive road win for Rogers if they can hang on here with 6 seconds left. Peyton Thompson, figure he'll be involved somehow in this last play.
Here's the other thought. If they feel like they're in a compromised position, does Rogers foul and avoid even the three-pointer to begin with? I wonder if they decide to do that, but we'll see.
We shall indeed, as Nate Litke gets it in, and sure enough, Jezierski bumps Peyton Thompson, and he certainly made it look somewhat intentional, or somewhat accidental, but not a bad result if you're Rogers. Not a bad result if you're Spring Lake Park.
No.
Either extends the game, stops the clock with just 7.7 seconds off of it. So now Peyton Thompson with 2 very big free throws.
And I don't know if he was trying to foul in the backcourt. I would think maybe a foul in the front court would be more likely.
And he hits the front end of the 1-and-1.
But that's an interesting call. If they were trying to foul in the backcourt, you think they'd let him get a little closer and then foul, maybe trying to avoid the heave or the three-point play or something like that.
Yeah, that makes me wonder if they did intend to foul that early.
Right.
Thompson cuts the lead to 2. So obviously they hope to make one and then foul. And he does. And they'll go back to that play of 4 out of bounds. They'll set the screen, deny the ball. Whitcomb gets it in. He tosses it ahead, and the layup will do it. Rogers comes on the road and pulls the upset 64-61 over Spring Lake Park. Panthers put up a valiant effort. Will Kinsey with 17 points in the second half, but you see the play right here. It's a well-designed play, and Seth Coleman puts the exclamation point on this road win for Rogers.
Yeah, a huge win for Rogers tonight. Disappointing for Spring Lake Park. You find out before the game that one of your best players, Logan Kinsey, isn't going to be able to go. Peyton Thompson and Will Kinsey did their best, but unable to come out with the victory. And they're still searching for that win now on a 5-game losing streak.
Yep, and Rogers improves to 4-8 in the season, 2-4 in conference play. Spring Lake Park, meanwhile, suffers their 5th straight defeat. They fall to 5-7 on the season and 2-4 in NWSC play. A tough one on the road tonight. Spring Lake Park undermanned with all the injuries, 3 starters out. They battled valiantly, but ultimately they fall to Rogers here at home tonight by a final of 64-61. So for our director, Ted LaRue, and our entire crew, like to thank them for their terrific work. For Gabe Anderson, my broadcast partner, I'm Bill Hupp, saying good night from Spring Lake Park High School. Panthers fall in a tough one to the Rogers Royals by a final of 64-61. Thanks for watching this presentation of high school basketball on North Metro TV.